Hello, everyone. Oh my goodness, today I sound so much better. Okay, everyone, how's it going? I hope you guys are doing fantastic today. Name is Leon, of course. I've taken a couple days off. As many of you don't know, I just been under the weather due to issues with, uh, I would say, with my jaw, and I would say it's just kind of nerve pain I'm going through. But thankfully, I'm fine now. But am gonna have to get things checked with a doctor at some point. But as many of you know, here in the states, well, going to a dentist is not cheap, and that's why I'm gonna just have to look into saving up as much as I can. Because man, there was just a lot of irritation, and boy, I felt like so conscious. Like I ended up resting a lot this week, and who knows? It could have been just a combination of the cold that affected me really hard. But I'm back, everyone, and especially now with now the weather is warming up. Which I'm glad it is. But I will say that going out in the afternoons is actually not too bad. When it comes to the evenings, you better get inside because you will freeze your bum. So today I wanted to knock out a few things. Well, one, I wanted to talk about the continued disaster of Microsoft, or they keep continue to flop out again and again. And God, oh my God, how do you do this, Microsoft? It is beyond me. And then the next thing I want to talk about is Discord. Discord has a problem now, and we gotta talk about it today. Let's hit and roll it. Man, the one thing I'm gonna put out this way, and with everything that's been happening with Windows 11 and the ongoing problems with Windows 11, it just continues on even more so throughout this year, and this is even the second, well, yeah, the second month of the year, and we're still getting problems with Windows 11. And no matter what we hear about, it's always about the whole negative press. And a lot of people, I mean, in the tech space right now, have said about, even if these updates been coming out, are they even useful? And first of all, is there any quality control on these updates? Like, come on, who in the right mind will go ahead and not do any quality controls in Windows on Windows 11? And it just comes to find out that what they've already said is, if you don't know about vibe coding, for one, there's been people or someone in the background focused or have putting their time into vibe coding instead of putting the quality of the operating system. So it's just a whole mess, and that's why the trust on Microsoft, the trust on that company alone, making Windows their primary operating system, is just it's just below it's not good. There's no other words I can even explain what kind of damages they done. And let's take this into account that even if they decided one day, if Microsoft will look into fixing up their own products, I can't see this happening so soon, because their trust with their consumers, or their last former ex-consumers, whatever, right now that they've just left Microsoft, you think those same consumers are going to come back? Absolutely not. Because who is going to come back to a company that really screwed them up the butt and didn't offered the same products that they were given to years ago? And the fact that how you call it right now, the Copilot situation it continues on, and it's already disliked by so many people already, and it is a big situation that I cannot even do this. And I've talked about this on the last episode on 241 on AI. And I believe this point that when you hear about AI, like, look, Microsoft getting in bed with Sam Altman, well, the con man, the biggest con man out there, where everyone's calling him scam Altman, which pretty much explains about him as a person. And that tells you this guy he's only asking that dream, and this is something that he wants to accomplish. And first of all, I look back now, Nvidia and Microsoft, they're losing a lot of money because of OpenAI, and that's a big mess. And do you think that people are going to invest on OpenAI right now as more that goes on? I don't think so. And I do think that Microsoft is going to have to just let go of OpenAI, because it's not even worth investing into a product that's I can't tell you how much of a mess that product is too. Like, why am I going to stick around and stick with a company that doesn't even value the customers at all? And this just tells you that this AI bubble is just continues to be a risk, and that's why with Windows 11, that's why you see a lot of these updates that are being upgraded without any not third party, but any humans going over what the updates is about, what the updates will do to improve it. And even a few weeks ago, or even I missed out on it because, well, I got sick for not covering this sooner. It's like, what was it, like last week, where Nvidia, there was people that are having issues playing on their Nvidia cards. And so, and you know what Nvidia said in response is that it's Windows updates that's having issues. And then Nvidia's response to people is just remove the updates. That's what's their responses to a lot of gamers. And so people have to go ahead and remove the updates. So it tells you that do not even mess with these updates. They're useless, absolutely useless for any consumer at all. And I have touched on Office. In Office, it tells you that the Office brand, they've killed the Office brand, which makes you wonder, why do you do that? Like, why did you decide to kill the Office brand and just call it Copilot, which I don't understand why you just decided to kill it off, because that was still a legendary name of its own. And not a lot of people know this, but they've killed the Office brand, like, 2 years ago? And I didn't know this already. Like Word, Excel, and then PowerPoint's like one of the powerful tools from Microsoft. And you tell me that, this is for the good. This is for the good of progress. Okay, genius, where is the progress, Nutella? Seriously, I couldn't even tell you where the progress with AI is going. I mean, we've really pushed, a shield, not a shield, but we really push the ceiling for what AI can do, and it doesn't really do the everything in the world for you. I mean, there's a ceiling limit with AI, and that's why you just really cannot be trusting that at all. So it does seem that it's not going to do great for the long term, and I wouldn't. And this is why, as someone like me that cares about what I can do with my operating system, I will not even give an inch to micro slop or micro flop for that matter, because they've continued to flop, and their numbers and their stock margins, they've had a 12% position down, and this is not healthy for Microsoft because of the whole I hate to say this, but that whole gamble. And it's like, seriously, guys, you've gambled too much with the AI Kool-Aid, and then here you are, decided, okay, I'm going to go and put this in because we believe it is the future. It's going to make our jobs easier, blah, blah, blah. But then it's you have to wonder, what what can the humans do? I mean, I get it if you're making jobs easier, but then it's not. There's going to be a point is that there wouldn't be any more, work to do in the office space for humans. So I get it, but where's the work space left for the office? So that being said, I will not even consider Windows anymore on my daily drivers. Most of my machines are running open source, freedom operating systems like Linux, which that's going to be something I'll be doing. But yeah, and even my next one, I've thought about looking into Fedora or Navarro. So that's one of the operating systems I want to look into next, which that's something I'm heavily looking into, seeing if that'll be another choice, besides just using just Pop OS, which Pop is okay, but I always wanted to try out the Fedora kernel. Now, according to what's been happening recently this week, as many of you have heard about Discord's new policy, so I want to read up to what's been written on here on the Courier Journal. So here it writes in the headlines: Discord users aren't happy with new age verification, how it could protect teens. Are you an adult using Discord, the free online chat, video streaming, and voice messaging services that's become widely popular among players? Prove It says the company. On Monday, February 9th, Discord issued a news release informing its roughly 200 million monthly active users, their accounts would be switched automatically to reflect a more teen appropriate experience. Okay. Unless they submit to an age verification check. Ooh. And this is where I find the problem with this too. But continuing on with this article here, some content on the platform will be blurred or inaccessible if they don't. The move aimed at teen safety has sparked intense backlash, privacy concerns from the platform's adult users. But the company appears to be navigating new laws that require social media companies to have robust protections in place for its underage users. It remains unknown how effective changes to the platform will help prevent online grooming, which might have taken place in the recent death of an Indiana teenager who met the man accused by her appearance. Court demands state on Discord, and continues on with the article. Let's see, Discord rolling out age assurance program to give strong protections for teens, and so this is one thing I have to say though. So before I continue on reading on the article here, over on Yahoo News, first of all, that sucks for the teenager that happened in Indiana. Sucks. It really does. And this is one thing I will go out and put it this way too. Whenever I hear the term, the wordage or the usage where they say teen appropriate experience, or we need us to for child protections ads to protect the children, and or any of these signaling words, you know that they aren't doing them just to pat themselves in the back, and it's not good. And that's something that is going to be very very interesting, because I've been using that platform, Discord, since 2016. Yeah, pretty far in on the clients. And after being it with the client for so long, for many years, so it really now takes me back. Now is, first of all, you've got also, it's not just the companies pushing about child safety or teen friendly or whatever, right? Or however they want to call it. That's really not the case. And the fact that as I myself, as an adult, first of all, you're really hurting the adults at the end of the day. And this has nothing to do with protecting the children. When I give my ID up to a company like Discord, and also the companies that they're verifying the IDs, you do not know if that ID is being protected right on the cloud. And for all we know is that those companies, that could be hacked, and that data can be given out to many other people in the dark web, and we have no idea where all that information that's going to go out to. And I got no idea. All of us don't. And that's why Discord putting these protections now for protecting the teens in their case, I really don't think that they are doing it with well-intended matters, right? And I just don't think so. And this is the problem with these cases like that, is that, first of all, if you think that your child is going to get hurt or whatever, first of all, I don't think, this is just me, but I don't think teens need to be in these NSFW content places, or be in the same room with an adult. And to say that these Discord ID verifications is going to help, that's no, that's bullshit. It's not helping at all when the adults in the room are getting hurt at this point. And if you know that these teens can't be there and be in the same room with the adults, then I don't understand why. And that should not be the child and the company. It should be the child, between the child and the parents. That's what it comes down to as far as being teen protection, safety protections. While I'm not, like I say, I'm not against safety. I mean, you're telling me that anything that you give, or your ID given to a company like Discord, do you think that it's going to work out when there's been issues where where, in fact, I don't think Discords understand this. Their repeated mistakes. In fact, people can bypass age verifications. In fact, back when I was growing up, you go to certain websites, and most of these websites can be bypassed via the VPN easily. So to tell me that we need to create an ID verification that will be something beneficial, that's total nonsense. Now, let's say if you like the state that you live in or the province that you live in decide to put ID verification systems. Well, guess what? They can go to user VPN services and go to another state that doesn't provide strict ID verification laws, like say to another state. They can just do that instead, and they can get away with that using like a paid VPN or a free VPN. And I don't get why they're doing something like this, which again they're not really helping the cause. As much as they think they aren't. That's the problems I find with Discord is Discord don't know what they're getting into, and this is why a lot of people are looking elsewhere before March. So even, and this article continues on, which says Discord's adult users meanwhile appeared frustrated at the changes. Some are livid, which I agree. I was the same as well. Discord users reacted swiftly Monday and Tuesday across social media, largely condemning the decision. Many openly questioned whether the company could adequately protect their private information. Discord revealed in October that hackers had breached a third-party service provider compromising data of up to 70,000 accounts. The company acknowledged the potentially exposed data included photos of government-issued IDs. Yeah, for real. That's how I feel about this as well. And actually, believe it or not, when I've tried to sign up for Facebook again to start like a Facebook business years ago, you know what Facebook asked me? For my ID. And I guess what I said? I was like, no, thank you. I refuse. Screw you, Facebook. And so that's how I feel too. Now, for any reason, when it comes down to Facebook products, like let's say if Instagram gets hit next with ID verification, I would say the same thing to Instagram. Fuck you, screw you. I will not do that. So that's why I'm just feel that they've already lost my trust on that, because I'm not giving my government ID when my data is going to get breached by somebody else. You don't know if it's going to ever be stored privately online. It doesn't make sense. And continues on here with one user that says, "This is how Discord dies." Wrote one social media user on a subreddit, "Uploading any kind of a government ID to a third-party company is just asking identity theft on a global scale," which is absolutely correct. Canceled 10 years of Discord Nitro, echoed one person on X, referring to a paid subscription service allowing Discord users higher quality streaming and, among other perks, the ability to customize their profiles and enhance colors, images, and animations. Good luck, they added, but you guys aren't trustworthy enough for this plan, and lumping all accounts together as teens by default. What were you thinking? Discord launched age verification in UK, Australia first. Other platforms are doing it too. Age verification isn't new territory for Discord. The platform began acquiring its users in the United Kingdom for photo IDs and video selfies last year in July, after the UK passed the Online Safety Act. it did the same thing again soon after for Australian users after the countries implemented the social media minimum age at in which children younger than 16 aren't allowed to have a social media account. Yeah, that's true, and that's one thing I'm just beginning to wonder. If one does this, you'll know if the next company will do the same thing as well. So, and I'm just going over as I'm seeing through the article. And in fact, this is actually a good article which I will put down in the show notes so you guys can read more through it. So, beyond this, I say this is a terrible idea, and I would say throughout the weeks, since now I'm much better, I got a little bit of strength left. All I can tell you is that no thanks. I'm not gonna jump on and continue on with Discord. And thankfully, I didn't even get to pay much. Actually, I wouldn't say any money to the Nitro. And let's be frankly honest. I have gone and paid through the Nitro service about twice in my life. But for me, I just never believed in the whole subscription service because subscriptions are expensive everywhere too. Like you go watch a movie, there's a subscription behind the movie, and you go listen to music, there's a subscription behind it. Or even they were talking about video games, there's a subscription, and now they want to put subscriptions on chats. Listen, I'd rather keep a free service or a good paid service that doesn't ask me for my ID. I'm just saying it as it is. I won't ever do that. What is your guys' take on this whole mess or this whole disaster? Which I'm gonna just call it as is. It's a whole disaster. I mean, you can't change for what it is because Discord has lost this for me. I mean, they've not learned a thing last year. They've never going to learn at all. So I've already talked to I would say through my team with another group I moderate. So I will say that this is not a good presence. And I would say Discord is really evil. So screw them because they just want to push this ID check verification, and honestly I don't feel comfortable giving my government ID. So anyways, your comments down below, your take on the whole situation. Guys, I'm glad that you're able to listen to this podcast. I know it's been days since I've done like a YouTube video or anything like that, but like I've said in the beginning, felt under the weather. I needed to take some time for myself. Anyways, guys, that's all for today. Have a good one. Be safe out there. Peace for now.